In today's video, titingnan po natin yung mga trending na stocks tulad ng Converge, ACEN, and BHI. Ready na ba kayo? Let's go! Alright everyone, let's start off with Converge, no? Now, tong Converge, nasali siya do sa MSCI rebalance thingamajiggy. Okay, and I know a lot of people like trading yung mga ganon, mga rebalancing trade. And if you're one of those people, di syempre, good luck sa inyo. Hopefully na matrade nyo ito na maayos, kumita kayo ng maganda, and so on, no? But for me, okay, again, babalik lang tayo from a pure technical standpoint. Key level kasi itong 27. When it broke beneath in this candle, ang expectation ko nga was it was just gonna shoot down, maybe fill this gap here, or perhaps push lower, targeting tong support sa baba at 21.5. Eh, nagkaroon ng balita ng rebalancing. So, nagkaroon tayo ng gap up. We danced around here. We tried to push higher. Okay, pero hindi kanaya. Finil lang natin tong gap. Then, we started moving down. In this candle here, we broke beneath yung 27 again. And we actually broke beneath yung low na na-form nito. Barely. Pero today, kinonfirm na natin. Diba? Nag-break na talaga tayo tuluyan beneath that candle there. So, what am I looking at? Let me zoom in, no? If we pull back here, tapos mag-hold to, kahit na dito sa low ng shooting star na yan, mag-hold, then we roll over, forming a new low, then rebalancing or no rebalancing from a technical standpoint, hindi na siya ganun ka-appealing, no? I was telling my students the other day na I wanted to trade this. Feeling ko there's a trade to be had because of yung rebalancing nga. But the setup simply wasn't there. Talagang walang nabubuo eh. And lo and behold, yun nga, bumaksak na naman tayo, umabot na tayo ng 25.8, no? So from here, okay, either we pull back, tas mag-hold, then roll over, or pwede rin, tuluyan na lang tayo bumaba, bisitahin natin either tong gap na to, or mag-fill yung support dito sa baba. Now, para maging bullish ulit tong Converge, it's gonna take a little bit of work, no? Para sa akin, yes, pwede mong sabihin, itong buong arc na yan, okay, let me remove some of yung drawing natin, no, para lang hindi nakaka-distract. Pwede nating sabihin na itong buong arc na yan is nag-form lang siya ng low, high, maybe magpo-form siya ng higher low dito. I don't know. If it does, then that's something that I will watch out for, diba? Pwede siyang pumunta rito sa gap, i-fill niya, then mag-bounce tayo, mag-break siya dito, mag-form siya ulit, yun nga, ng higher high, then okay, it will have my attention, no? Kasi it did something, number one, that I wasn't expecting, and number two, textbook na reversal, type of reversal. So that's something that I will be watching out for dito, lalo na if we can break above tong 33.2. If we can break above that, I think we start trading here between 33.2 hanggang 36.4. And if we can break above 36.4, 39.3 yung next. However, if we do continue to pull back and mabasag tong 21.5, then the next level na pwede niyong mapuntahan will be around here, around 20 pesos to 20.5 more or less. And if that breaks, then malamang pupuntahan niya tong area of consolidation from before. And then we'll reassess from there. Next, tignan po natin yung ACEN, no? Now, as mentioned in the past, downtrend na downtrend talaga yung itsura ng ACEN right now, at least in the midterm, no? And that's, you know, putting it very, very nicely. Kasi nabubuo na talaga yung high, low, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and so on, di ba? It's very textbook na downtrend. So right now, na nagbabounce tayo pababa, kunyari, ito nakahanap tayo ng low, nag-bounce tayo ng konti. The excitement that a lot of people tend to feel, baka medyo premature pa. Bakit? Kasi wala namang nagbago doon sa structure eh. Overall, if you look at this, ganun pa rin eh. Even here, this is your low, low, high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Ganun pa rin eh. 'Di ba? Wala namang nagbago structurally speaking sa nangyayari dito sa ACEN. So until that changes, bounces might be short-lived. For example, yung naging bounce natin ngayon, a lot of people were probably excited na, uy, nakabili kami sa support na to, around 6.39, to the moon na yan, support na yan, kasi maganda yung funda eh. That's true, no? Maganda talaga yung fundamentals niya, but at the end of the day, yung technicals niya and yung timing ng pagpasok niya, wala pa doon. I am not saying that this isn't gonna go up. I know a lot of people believe in ACEN, no? They believe in renewable energy. But yung timing, okay, yung timing aspect that gets highlighted, for lack of a better term, by technical analysis, hindi pa siya sumasang-ayon. Okay? Kumbaga, out of sync pa. So, hanggang sabihin natin from here, let's say may nagbago, it breaks above this, takes out this high, then perhaps makahanap tayo ng inverse head and shoulders here. Then okay, sige, baka yun na yung hinihintay nating reversal. Whether short term or mid term or whatever, it could be there, no? But until that happens, my mind still goes back na wala eh. The easiest path, kumbaga the path of least resistance para sa ACEN is to the downside. Diba? In fact, saan ba tayo umakyat? Hindi ba dito rin sa previous lows na to, tapos dyan tayo nakahanap ng resistance? I am not saying that we're not gonna break higher from here. I am just saying that for now, we have found the reaction dito sa level of previous support, now turned resistance. Alright? Now, from here, na-explain ko na yung gusto kong makita para maging mas bullish dito sa ACEN. Break above there and see if we can form some type of pattern na pwede nating sandalan, no? Pero saan ba siya pwedeng pumunta to the downside? Kung tuluyan nating mabasag tong 6.4 hanggang dito sa low na to, which is 6.23, so about 6.23 to 6.4 na area tuluyang mabasag, then I think the next real level of support will be at 5.3. At kung mabasag tong 5.3, baka bumalik tayo all the way dito sa 4.2. Okay? Now, kung bumalik tayo dito sa 4.2, personally, I would find that interesting. It's a level of, kumbaga, minor interest just because nagkaroon tayo ng brief consolidation in this area prior to price moving higher. So, the expectation is, if umabot man tayo dito sa 4.2, baka makahanap tayo ng reaction dito to be able to maybe trade itong range na to between 4.2 to 5.3 or even slightly higher hanggang dito around 6.5 na area. Okay, but again, all of that is very speculative and very subjective. Tinitingnan pa rin natin kung ano yung itsura niya if price does get there. Okay, pero syempre ideally gusto natin magka-bullish na nga na reaction na mabuo na yung hinahanap nating inverse head and shoulders dito, and then if that happens, we can talk about ACEN again and mas meron tayong concrete na papag-uusapan na pwede nating sandalan for our trade idea. Next, tignan natin tong Monde, no? Now, tong Monde, after bottoming out here, diba, in this area there, nag-conso tayo sandali, then it started pushing higher, and recently, we've broken above tong resistance natin at 15.5, and we are now trading between yung range ng 15.5 hanggang 16.52. Okay? Now, yung mga ganito, as I always say, alam ko medyo nagsasawa kayo, but I'm being perfectly honest that I'm just looking out for your welfare and the welfare ng portfolio nyo, no? It's always easy to say na dapat bumili na ako dito eh. Tinan mo tumuloy. But you always have to remember yung risk factor eh. Because that risk factor is still the same where price is right now. Diba? Nandito tayo ngayon. Kung sakaling bumili tayo, where would you put your stop? Diba? I would argue na yung pinaka-aggressive na I would be willing to place my stop beneath would be right here. So that will be at 14.36, no? Below 14.36. And right now, we are at 15.92 with resistances here at 16.52 followed by 17.42. So, is the risk really worth it? Diba? Yung risk-reward hindi maganda eh. So, while one can say na, kasi magkukonso lang nga dyan, tas tataas na yan eh. Okay, magandang opportunity tong Monde to remind everyone na yung directional bias is only one of the many things that you need to think about before placing a trade. Kailangan syempre bago yun is yung saan ka magkakamali, saan ka mali sa trade, saan yung malinaw na mali. Some people would say, basta pag nag-break yung 15.5, mali na ako. Diba? Kasi na-break na yung previous level of support, ay resistance turned into support. Okay, sige. Pero pwede ka kasing mag-break dyan, tas you're coming into this area here where price could still bounce from. And psychologically, napaka-damaging nung kumbaga nag-stop out ka, sumuka ka do sa pinakababa. Does that make sense? Okay? So yun yung issue ko dito sa Monde right now. And for a lot of stocks din na ganito, yung susunod-sunod na green candle, 'di ba? Na hindi ka talaga binibigyan ng decent entry na makapasok. Siguro yung pinaka-decent entry had you wanted to trade this would have been yung minor breakout from that candle there. Tapos so nagkaroon tayo ng pullback dito, papuntang 14.42 to trade it to 15.5 maybe. But again, the risk-reward factor wasn't great for me. Kasi the risk, yung stop would have gone beneath here kasi I needed to consider na mag-potential gap fill tayo and then bounce. Diba? So laging may ganon. Yan yung nagiging issue eh. So right now, ano pwede natin gawin? If price does consolidate here, okay? Pwede rin natin siyang mas i-stock. Babantayan natin. What will it do next? Kung from here, nagkaroon tayo ng decent pullback, maayos, sabihin natin somewhere within this area, and then magprint tayo ng bullish structure. Maybe some type of inverse head and shoulders, maybe a bullish candle na hinahanap nyo, mga bullish engulfing, or a hammer, or something to that extent. Then we can use that to form a trade idea around na either balikan natin yung 15.5 with decent risk reward, or we're looking at, hindi ba yun na yung low, high, higher low? So perhaps we can push towards another higher high dito sa 16.52 or perhaps even dito sa 17.43. Okay? Or kung ayaw nyo naman ng targets, you can use trail stops or whatever, no? Whatever you guys prefer. But again, for me, I would rather wait na mas mag-develop tayo ng magandang structure na mas clear-cut ba, na malinaw yung risk-reward before doing anything dito sa Monde, rather than just piling on just because, kasi sayang baka tumaas pa eh. Diba? I have been wrong hundreds of times na sinabi ko, hindi, di mo na ako bibili. Diba? Tapos tataas. But I'm okay with it because nakita ko na ano ang pwedeng mangyari kung mali ako eh. Diba? Kasi kung tama ako, madali lang yun eh. The next steps that follow when a trade goes your way, they're very easy. Susundan mo lang yung trail stop mo or may hit lang yung target mo, easy. Pero, if a trade goes against you, humihirap siya. Yung psychological capital mo, hindi na maganda. So, I'm very wary sa pagpasok ng trade just because baka may further upside pa. I'm always looking at the risk. I'm always looking at the structure. I'm always looking at kung pumasok ako rito, ano yung mga pwedeng mangyari? Diba? Kakayanin ko ba kung mangyari yung hindi ko gusto? Maganda ba yung risk reward? Lahat yun. I have to put all of that into consideration before stepping in. So kahit na ngayon, pwede natin sabihin, hindi ba consolidation at the high na to? Maybe. Diba? And if you want to do it, kunyari gusto nyo bumili dito, stop beneath here, wala namang mali doon. Okay? I'm simply saying na it's not the way that I choose to trade because over time, na-realize ko na when I do things like that, it's not good for me and it's not good for my portfolio. Next, tignan po natin yung BHI, no? Now, tong BHI, like we discussed the other day, umangat siya, tapos nauntog tayo dito sa resistance around 0.109. Okay? It tried to push higher, umabot siya hanggang 0.11, kaso, medyo nag-stall na tayo doon, no? It actually tried multiple times, 1, 2, 3 candles to break above this level pero hindi kinaya. And then today, we push back down and essentially, ang itsura niya ngayon is nag-range tayo sa area na to. Now, I haven't removed my level dito sa 0.098 just because siya talaga yung minor swing high dito bago tayo nag-breakout, diba? But I'm aware na the price has been dancing around it na. So sooner or later, I realized that that level has to go. The only reason why it's still there is because siya pa rin yung tinitignan kong marker na if price can stay above it, then perhaps may chance pa talaga na tumulak tayo. Kaso right now, ang nangyayari is we have been closing beneath it, no? So, what happens next? Yung patulak natin pataas, yung assessment natin medyo pareho lang. If we can break above 0.109, our next level will be 0.113, followed by 0.12, and if we can break above that, 0.136. However, if from here, sabihin natin mabawi natin and we break beneath tong 0.091 or 0.09 na lang para mas malinis, then highly likely what happens is we come back to revisit yung mga highs na nabuo natin dito nung nag-inverse head and shoulders tayo prior to the breakout. And if 0.84 also breaks, then ang next na pwedeng mapuntahan ng price is itong low nung right shoulder natin prior to the breakout. Okay? Now, let me zoom in a bit para lang mas makita natin, no? Now, ang isa pang pwedeng mangyari dito, actually, is mag-range lang talaga siya. Hindi muna mag-desisyon yung market what it wants to do, mag-range muna siya, and then wala. Yung mga namili niya, baka naipit lang, hawak lang, wala silang choice. Yung mga naghihintay, baka someone will snipe here or snipe there, but by and large, malamang maghihintay pa rin sila as the market decides kung ano ba yung next step niya. Gusto ba niyang mabasag to the upside? Or hindi? Fake out lang to, tas we're gonna break down again. Okay? Hindi pa po natin alam, no? But that's something to watch out for dito sa BHI. And then finally, tingnan po natin tong TEL, no? Tong PLDT. So nagkaroon tayo ng breakout sa mga highs na to, nag-form tayo ng new 52-week high, but medyo naging suspect siya no, ayaw niyang tumuloy when it wouldn't break above tong 2,000 na level. Diba? Very curious lang para sa akin kasi nag-print tayo ng new 52-week high. Tapos we were holding above it. So my expectation was, okay, from here, kung talagang malakas to, if it has legs, then it should break 2,000 next. And that was actually what I was hoping would happen before we discuss tong TEL ulit, no? Na mabasag yan para we can reassess kung may trade ba tayo na pwedeng kunin from there. Unfortunately, as you guys can see, after niya mag-break above nitong level na to, nung 1,950 na area, today, it has broken back down and closed beneath to and tong swing low na to at 1,930. Diba? So, same as always, what I'll be looking at is if it comes back here, mag-hold to and then we roll over, form a new low, then my expectation from there would be more bearish. Baka mag-form tayo number 1 ng head and shoulders pattern dito. At the very least, balikan natin tong mga lows na naiwan from before, even coming all the way back dito sa 1,758. Okay? Kung bumalik yan all the way sa 1,758, hindi ako magugulat ko yung next na mangyari is mag-range muna tayo between this area ng 1,758 to 1,944, signifying na ito, pinakita na niya yung tamang range, and itong area na to, and itong area na yan, were overshoots. Okay? Overshoot meaning parang nagko-coloring book tayo, lumagpas lang ng konti, but the actual range was here. Alright? So that's one thing that I'm looking out for. Pero let's say from here, biglang lumaban, we come back, break above 2,000. As I said, if that happens, immediately i-reassess natin to. Kasi PLDT hasn't taken the 2,000 level for quite some time, no? So if it can come back and retake that area, then it's something that we can discuss. It's something that we can form trade ideas around moving forward. Kasi I feel na once we do that, we can come up with trade ideas targeting yung mga resistance levels na naiwan natin sa taas when it was on its way down. Okay? I feel like may not just one but multiple trade ideas that could come out of this. So that's something that I'm personally looking out for. But whether or not it happens, wala naman sa control natin eh. If it happens, we'll talk about it. If it doesn't, di wala tayong magagawa. Right now, the other thing is it could always come back and fill this gap na naiwan from before. Yeah, may maliit pa na area dyan eh. And then maybe bounce from there. I don't know. We'll see what happens next, no? But we'll be vigilant dito sa TEL and we'll watch out together para kung masakaling may mangyari man, di ba? We can each remind one another na, uy, pag-usapan natin yan. Di ba nakita natin yan before? Na-mention natin yan. And we can discuss it and learn together from it then. So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo kahit konti and may natutunan kayo kahit papano. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!